Ever feel like, your moment to really shine, to make a big impact has an expiry date?
Hmm.
Well, get ready for a totally different take. Today, we're diving deep into the story of Salvation Edelman.
Ah, yes. The 2024 Director of the Year for Mrs. World International and Mrs. Universe.
Mm,
Quite the title.
exactly. A real force of nature, and she's basically rewriting the rule book on what impact looks like no matter your age.
And what's really interesting, I think, is how her own life story, her experiences, have shaped how she leads in the pageant world.
Right.
We've got a couple of great sources for this. There's a podcast interview from Behind the Crown,
Okay.
and also a really detailed interview from World Class Beauty Queens magazine. So plenty to dig into.
Perfect. So if you're into leadership or maybe just love inspiring stories about like personal transformation.
Or even just curious about pageantry beyond the stereotypes.
Exactly. Then this deep dive, it's definitely for you.
Yeah.
Our mission here is to look past the crowns and sashes and really get what makes Salvation Edelman tick. What's the vision behind these pageants? How is she sort of uh, expanding what they can be?
Good plan. Where do we start? Her background?
Let's do it. Her path, as you said, it's been, well, definitely not a straight line.
Not at all.
Yeah.
She started way back in Manila and Quezon City in the Philippines.
Okay.
And her first career was actually as an international performing artist.
Wow, really?
Yeah, from 75 to 1980, she was traveling all over Japan, Europe, the U.S. performing.
That global perspective early on must have been, well, formative.
I'd imagine so. Definitely shaped her worldview, seeing all these different cultures.
So that's quite a jump, isn't it? From performing arts to, well, she's still leading and inspiring, but in such a different arena later on.
It is. After her stage career, she shifted gears, moved into community leadership.
Okay.
She founded performing arts studios, got really involved in empowering people through arts, but also through public service.
You can see that thread, though, can't you? That desire to, like, lift people up, connect with them.
Absolutely. And here's the kicker. Her entry into pageantry. It didn't happen until she was 62.
62, Syria.
Competed in Miss Senior Nevada.
Yeah.
And she didn't just participate. She won Best Talent and was third runner-up.
That's amazing. It just goes to show, doesn't it? You can find new passions, showcase talents whenever.
Totally. And she kept going. In 2021, age 68, she was crowned Miss World International Elegance.
Incredible.
And then, fast forward to 2024, Director of the Year for both World International and Mrs. Universe.
That's, well, it's a testament to sustained effort and real impact, isn't it?
It really is. And what's important, I think, is how that personal journey shapes her directorship. She's not just, running a competition.
Right.
She's lived it. She understands the transformative power these platforms can have, even later in life. That must give her a unique kind of empathy.
Yeah, I bet. And her whole philosophy seems summed up in that phrase, more than a crown. It's a calling.
Exactly. It's not just about the external stuff. It's about leadership, finding your passion, having a purpose.
So the pageant system itself, under her, is pitched as this transformative 5-day experience.
That's right. The focus goes way beyond just the final night. It's heavily into team building, personal development, creating a sense of global connection between the delegates.
Sounds like they're really trying to build a supportive vibe.
Mm-hmm. And the interviews mention the system's values transparency, professionalism, integrity. Plus, it's been around for 18 years.
That longevity, yeah, that usually suggests something solid, ethical is going on there.
It does. And it's interesting, the Mrs. World International Corporation itself has evolved too. It moved from Brazil, Sao Paulo originally,
Okay.
to now working with U.S. television network content providers. Probably a strategic shift.
Likely trying to broaden the reach, maybe elevate the platform.
Seems plausible.
Yeah.
And they also make a point about using a transparent scoring and judging application.
Oh, that's key in pageantry, isn't it? Where judging can sometimes feel a bit mysterious.
Right. So that commitment to transparency is a big deal. Suggests fairness, accountability.
Definitely builds trust, I'd imagine, for the contestants, knowing how things are scored.
Absolutely. It tackles those potential questions about subjectivity head on.
So let's talk about her motivation then. What's the core driver for Salvation in this director role? What's she aiming for?
Well, according to her, it really comes from this deep desire to celebrate cultural diversity,
Okay.
to empower women from all sorts of backgrounds, and to build this legacy of, grace, beauty, inner and outer, and strength.
And her own story fuels that, right? Going from contestant titles like Mrs. Philippines World International Pro
And this World International Elegance.
to now Director of the Year. It's like she's walked the path herself.
Precisely. It gives her that personal drive to lift others up. She sees the pageant's main goal as inspiring women, diverse women, to share their passions, their platforms internationally.
Giving them a bigger stage, essentially.
Yeah, amplifying their voices. She
Right.
talks about giving contestants a world-class experience and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
So the focus isn't just on winning, but on the whole journey being valuable.
Exactly. Memorable and impactful for everyone involved, win or lose.
Okay, let's get into that world-class experience. What does it actually look like? What happens during those days?
So it's structured as this 4-night, 5-day team-building event.
Team building, interesting.
Yeah, while it's glamorous, sure, there's a real stress on supportive activities, collaboration, trying to build camaraderie, not just rivalry.
That feels different for pageantry. Refreshing, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah.
It suggests the social events are just fluff. They're part of building connections.
So what are the actual competition parts? What did the delegates do?
Well, there are group challenges designed specifically for that team spirit element,
Okay.
but then also individual competitions where
Yeah.
they showcase, beauty, modeling skills, how they handle being on camera. It's a mix,
A blend of collaboration and individual spotlight moments.
right? And those 5 days sound jam-packed.
Yeah, like,
The interviews mention a welcome champagne party, a yacht party, water sports, filming sessions, Segway races even.
Segway races. Okay, that sounds fun. Definitely varied.
It does paint a picture, doesn't it? And alongside that fun stuff, you have the more traditional pageant elements too.
Like,
Red carpet modeling, professional photo and video shoots,
Hmm.
a black sash party, which sounds quite chic.
so a real mix of formal and informal. They seem to be curating a whole experience.
Seems that way. Goes beyond just what happens on stage for the final judging.
Speaking of judging, how are they evaluated? What are the criteria?
For both Mrs. World International and Mrs. Universe, it covers several bases. There are live interviews, face-to-face with judges,
Right.
a mandatory video interview too, which gives them a chance for a more prepared presentation, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the swimsuit competition, assessment of modeling ability, runway presence,
The usual suspects, sort of.
pretty much. Evening gown competition for elegance and poise, and the national costume competition. It's quite comprehensive.
And I found it interesting that for the senior pageants, like the ones Salvation competed in, they add things like sharing a philosophy of life.
Yes, and a talent competition.
It really broadens it out, doesn't it? Shows pageantry can celebrate more than just, well, the conventional stuff. It includes wisdom, experience, talent.
Exactly. It makes the platform relevant for women at all stages, showcasing different facets of who they are.
Which brings us back to Salvation herself. Let's dig into her view on empowerment. What does that term actually mean to her?
Well, her definition is pretty active, pretty inclusive. It's not just about, acknowledging women.
Okay.
It's about actively valuing their viewpoints, seeking them out, and, importantly, working to raise women's status through things like education, awareness, literacy, training.
Very concrete actions, not just abstract ideas.
Right. It's tangible stuff. She believes empowerment is what gives women the real agency to make their own life-determining decisions.
And that's crucial for equality, for progress.
She sees it as fundamental. And her own life, it's such a case study in reinvention, isn't it?
Totally. We talked about performing arts, but she also worked in real estate.
Mm-hmm. And humanitarian work, too. It's like she's always evolving, finding new ways to contribute.
And she's clearly very rooted in her community in Southern Nevada.
Oh, deeply. Founder of the Rising Asian Pacific Americans Coalition for Diversity
Right.
and the Las Vegas Twin Lakes Lions Club. That shows a real commitment to building community and inclusivity locally.
And thinking back to her starting pageants at 62, it just perfectly illustrates her philosophy, doesn't it? That age is not a barrier.
Not at all. Not a barrier to showing beauty, talent, personality. She lives that belief.
And you feel that personal experience must drive her passion to encourage others, especially seniors, to step up and, embrace it.
Absolutely. To step into the spotlight confidently.
So thinking bigger picture now, what's the wider impact of her work with these pageants? What kind of legacy is she trying to build?
Culturally, the impact seems pretty significant.
Right.
She's providing this major platform for queens from incredibly diverse backgrounds.
Yeah, you mentioned the countries earlier: Philippines, Laos, Malaysia, India.
Samoa, Japan, Thailand, China, Vietnam, Australia, Hawaii. It's a huge range.
That visibility is so important for, understanding and appreciating different cultures.
Definitely. And it's clearly creating real opportunities and a network for Asian Pacific American women, both in Vegas and beyond. That's a clear focus for her.
Hmm.
And her dedication shows in the details, too, like organizing the annual Queen's Ball, the pageant boot camp to prep contestants.
Right, the coronation night itself.
Yeah.
These events provide crucial support and celebration.
They do. And she's already looking ahead. Plans for the 2025 Queen's Bowl are in motion. She's still actively recruiting for the next pageants. It's clearly an ongoing mission.
So what does she want her legacy to be?
It seems tied to perpetuating cultural diversity, inclusivity, respect. That's key.
Okay.
She wants to inspire future generations and specifically encourage more accomplished seniors to try pageantry, to just celebrate who they are at any age.
And she has those personal mottos, right? Elegance is a queenly attitude.
Yes. And to dream the impossible, begin to make it possible.
They really capture her whole vibe, don't they? That spirit.
They really do. That inner confidence, dreaming big, regardless of what society might expect.
So wrapping up this deep dive, it's pretty clear Salvation Edelman's story isn't just personally inspiring.
No, she's actively creating pathways for so many other women to shine globally.
Her vision for empowerment through pageantry, plus that unique, supportive experience they offer, it really sets her work apart.
It's definitely more than just a competition. It's about growth, connection, amplifying diverse voices.
Which brings us right back to that initial idea, doesn't it? That making an impact, really shining, it isn't limited by age or circumstance.
Her life really proves that. You can redefine leadership, redefine contribution at any point.
So maybe a final thought for you listening. How can we challenge our own ideas about beauty, about leadership, about all the different ways there are to make a difference? What feels like your calling?
And remember, this deep dive was brought to you in part by World Class Pageant Directors Magazine. Their upcoming special edition will surely feature more leaders like Salvation making waves.
Definitely worth checking out. And if you want more stories like this, more interviews with people making a global impact, head over to the World Class Brand Publishing website.
It straight, but the path I chose led me to this twisted state. Every step I take, the shadows start to sway. I'm lost inside the maze, can't seem to find my way. Caught up in the spiral, spinning round and round. Every turn I make, I'm falling to the ground. A tangled web of thoughts, I can't seem to unwind. This twisted world I'm in is messing with my mind. Twisted like the vines that grow around my heart, tearing me apart, leaving every scar. I'm twisted in the night, wrapped up in the dark, trying to break free, but I don't know where to start. Twisted, oh, I'm twisted. The mirror shows a face I barely recognize, a stranger looking back with haunted hollow eyes. The truth is twisted up, I can't tell what is real. Lost inside a dream that I can't help but feel. Caught up in the spiral, spinning round and round. Every turn I make, I'm falling to the ground. A tangled web of thoughts, I can't seem to unwind. This twisted world I'm in is messing with my mind. Twisted like the vines that grow around my heart, tearing me apart, leaving every scar. I'm twisted in the night, wrapped up in the dark, trying to break free, but I don't know where to start. Twisted, oh, I'm twisted. I reach out for the light, but it's too far away. The more I try to fight, the more I seem to stray. Caught in the confusion, I'm tangled in this fate, but somewhere in the madness, I'll find my way to break. Twisted, oh, I'm twisted. Twisted like the vines that grow around my heart, tearing me apart, leaving every scar. I'm twisted in the night, wrapped up in the dark, trying to break free, but I don't know